Hey everyone, welcome to Moving Matt. We do vlogs, travel, and some camera stuff. And this is Camera Wars, the show where we give you the latest camera news and let you know just how the battle is heating up. First up, Leica has announced their first hybrid mirrorless camera, the Leica SL2-S. This camera comes equipped with a 24 megapixel CMOS BSI sensor that is capable of capturing an impressive 25 frames per second. It also has its own sensor shift technology, allowing it to put 8 shots in one huge 96 megapixel image. This camera comes with some rather impressive video specs as well, allowing it to record 4K 60 at 10-bit with no record limits. Of course, with this being a Leica camera, it is reasonably priced. Just kidding, it is $4,895. But I guess for Leica, that is pretty reasonably priced. I will admit this camera does have a certain appeal, and that is probably the first Leica camera I've said that about. But I still feel I'm not pretentious enough, professional enough to buy this. Next up, do you like to go fast?
I want to go fast!
Well, leaks about a first-person drone coming from DJI may just be what you're looking for. This, according to Engadget, may be DJI's attempt to release a drone somewhere between a racing drone and a cinematic drone. It is rumored to have 4K 60 video and top out at 93 miles per hour. The footage you are seeing here is not leaked video of the drone, unlike what some people may have said, but this is a Hero 9 on a high-speed drone, so maybe this is representative of what you can expect. I will be interested to see what the actual specs and price of this will be. I guess the only question is, do you feel the need?
For speed!
We have some interesting new patents uncovered by Canon News. It looks like Canon may be working on 3 new zoom lenses: a Canon RF 35-135 f2.8, a Canon RF 40-150 2.8, and a Canon RF 30-110 2.8. Now, patents doesn't necessarily mean that this will happen, but personally I'd be interested in a 35-135 f2.8 myself. Granted, it does sound like a 3,000 plus lens if I've ever heard of one. Maybe subscribe so I can still feed my family after I buy it. But we are not done with Canon patents. It looks like Canon News also uncovered a patent for a Zoom Teleconverter. This would allow you with a lever switch to go from 1 to 1.5 to 2 times zoom without having to swap anything out. Now this definitely sounds intriguing and perfect for stalkers and bird watchers. Wait, are bird watchers just basically bird stalkers? All of these patents on top of the recent rumor that Sigma will start releasing RF lenses, it looks like Canon is really fighting to take the mirrorless crown from Sony. But speaking of Sony, they will not go quietly into the night. Sony Astrology Rumors have put together their 2021 Sony Roadmap, and I'm guessing maybe possibly some of this is true. They believe this year will start out with the Sony A9 III or S. This is the 50 megapixel no overheating 8K monster they've been talking about. They believe it will be somewhere around $5,000 and maybe be announced on January 11th at CES. Next, they skip around a little bit because they say the Sony A7 IV will be coming out Q2, but more than likely Q3 of next year. They believe it will have a new sensor in the 30 to 32 megapixel range instead of the 24 of its predecessor. It will have a cheap screen and an okay-ish EVF and shoot 4K 60. I think there is more to it than that, but I guess we will see. Next, but before, they have a new RX camera coming. Last week they said this would be coming alongside the Sony A9 something, so I guess this is a Christopher Nolan way of drawing a map. They say there will be a Sony 35mm 1.4 G Master being announced, a Sony 16mm 1.8 coming early next year. You see, Sony Alpha Rumors, the way a map works is you have one stop and then the next stop and so on. This is a list of what you think is coming out, not a roadmap. There is a difference, but I'll continue before I seem pretentious enough to own a Leica. Next, they have a new Sony A7S III firmware coming, one that will add 12-bit RAW external support, which is pretty awesome and likely to happen. And finally, they have more Sigma FE lenses. So yeah, that was a big twist there at the end.
Why are you going to the airport? Flying somewhere?
So what do you think about this Sony roadmap? Does any of this interest you? Drop in the comment section below and let me know. Well, that's the current state of the camera wars. If you've liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And until next time, peace.